Hello everyone. This is a course on e-commerce and ERP. It has been proposed by myself, Dr. Anuradha. It has been proposed by myself, Dr. Anuradha Mishra. The content of e-commerce and ERP are presented in the following slides. This is the first slide, which is the introduction to e-commerce. What e-commerce actually is. Basically, e-commerce is an abbreviation or a short name for any type of activity transactions which are being occurred online, means using some internet connectivity. So whenever we talk of e-commerce, we say that there is a requirement of internet for it. We cannot say that when we are not going physically to the market, then it is e-commerce. E-commerce means, let me take an example. Suppose one neighbor is going to the market and you give him some money and say that bring the following things for me, then that is not e-commerce. Basically, you need internet to perform e-commerce. E-commerce is not only restricted to E-commerce is not only restricted to shopping online, but it includes the electronic auctions. Like we do betting type of things. You might have heard about that bitcoins used for betting or something like that. And then we have electronic trading. When we have business to business type of trading, means I am a small merchandise and I want to order from a bigger one, then that is also e-commerce. So these are all under the categories of electronic commerce. Then we have the advantages of e-commerce. Then we have the advantages of e-commerce. The advantages of e-commerce are why we are basically interested in purchasing from the internet. The first thing is we are very much convenient in the usage of electronic commerce, in the usage of mobile phones. That for application purpose, it can be any mobile phone, it can be any tablet or PC which is connected through the internet. So the convenience is in our hands. Whenever we need, we order the goods, and whenever we don't want, we don't order the goods. So this is the first thing. Second thing, the cost of the goods comes to very minimal amount because the middleman is removed from the transaction between me and the seller. So the convenience, the popularity is because of the low cost. And then we are having a very little requirement for the initial setup, or maybe we don't need any big fancy showrooms and these type of things. So we can set up the e-commerce merchandise at a very low cost, so the cost of the goods would come to a nominal rate. Then we have the advantages of e-commerce. First is the instant worldwide availability. We can purchase from anywhere, anytime. That anywhere can be like in my phone. I have so many apps like Jabong. I have like Mintra. I have Flipkart. I have Amazon. I can purchase from any of these. So the competition also increases, and due to the competition, we get a good quality of products. And we are, if we are not satisfied, then in that case we have the option of replacing or returning the goods once we have purchased them. So in such case, the advantages are at the convenience. So we are very much in a favorable condition that we should, yes, purchase the goods from electronic commerce applications. And then we have the disadvantages. Since the advantages are very large, similarly are the disadvantages. We might have often come across with the words like electronic fraud has occurred, or there is some sort of theft which has occurred through credit card, or there is some type of forgery which has occurred through credit card or debit card. So these are the sort of things which hamper the electronic business. So but there we have so many options for this. We have forensics, we have means people, police dealing with this type of electronic fraud. So these they exist for our help. And another disadvantage is that we have security issues, we have trust issues. Like suppose that we have purchased through some debit card, and we have by mistake take the option of save the data of my credit card. Now we have a danger of the theft of the debit card information. So uh, to avoid these things, we should never try to save our card information on any website. Next is the trust issue, that will we get the correct purchase, will we get the right thing, will the product be safe, means there are so many types of issues that regarding trust, why we don't go for electronic commerce. Then we have around the clock availability issue, means suppose I'm a working person and I want the delivery to come up after 6, which is not being available. Moreover, I thought that the delivery would be on Sunday and I have given my home address, but now the delivery comes on Wednesday. So though they are trying to improve, the e-commerce providers are trying to improve, they try to give you tentative date, but yet there is these type of issues. Next, we come to the architectural framework of e-commerce. The architectural framework of e-commerce is it is dealing with so many things like applications, the like information brokerage and management layer, like interface and support systems, and then we have secure messaging layer, then middleware services, and then network infrastructure. These are all together forming the framework of the electronic commerce, the architectural framework of the electronic commerce. Um, what is there in the application? The application layer services of e-commerce are basically to decide whether it is a business to business commerce, or a business to customer, or customer to customer, or a customer to business commerce. The information brokerage and management layer, basically this layer is becoming necessary in dealing with the these are the layers which I am talking about. Basically, it is dealing. This layer is in dealing with the voluminous amount of information on the networks. This layer works as an intermediary who provides service integration between customers and information providers. It gives some constraints such as low price, fast services, or profit maximization for client, etc. Then we have the interface and the support layer. What it has? The third layer of the architectural framework is the interface layer. It provides the interface for e-commerce applications. It is having interactive catalogs and directory support services, for example. And these are the contents of the interface and support layer. Then we have the secure messaging layer. This messaging service like email, enhanced tags, and EDI, these are the services which are there in the secure messaging layer. Then we have middleware services, the enormous growth of networks, client server technology, and all other forms of communication between or among unlike platforms is the reason for the intervention of the middleware service. So we need one middleware service. The middleware services uh, are used to integrate the diversified software programs and make them talk to one another. So we have the middleware service as the essential for the architectural framework of the electronic commerce. The last one is the network infrastructure. We know that the effective and efficient linkage between the customer and the supplier is a precondition for e-commerce. That precondition may be the requirement of a product, that we definitely need to purchase something. So that is held in the network infrastructure. Next we have the application which are there in the architectural framework. These are the 5 pillars supporting all e-commerce applications, and infrastructure are people, public policy, marketing and advertising, support services, business partnerships. Now you can see this in the diagram that these are the 5 pillars, which is people, public policy, marketing and advertising, support services, and business partnerships. Whereas the 6 layers which I told, they are mentioned on the top of the diagram. So this was all about the first lecture of electronic commerce and ERP. I hope you liked the video, and if there are any suggestions in the video, you can give in the comment box. Some issues might be there, but you will find the notes very effective for the end semester examinations, as well as your knowledge about the e-commerce, because it is the need for the hour. Thank you very much for listening so patiently.